guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good afternoon. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I whipped out my PlayStation 3 the other day just because I found it. Connected it up, had to do all the updates. I started playing Call of Duty Ghosts. Remember that game from, it's gotta be like 5 years ago. I haven't touched it in 5 years, you know? Anyway, I played that until 3 in the morning. The kids too, it was fun. Anyhow, as you saw from yesterday's video, it was actually my Thanksgiving video. I didn't realize it, so happy belated Thanksgiving to you guys as you guys are watching this on Friday. Pumped up both tires in the front, right? After I replaced them with these old ones. They both have tubes in them, and it looks like it holds air. Same goes for the rears, which I also replaced. As you guys saw yesterday also, we got this engine started with go-go juice, but it won't stay running. So I think the carburetor's dirty, and we do also have a lot of crap and ass gas in the gas tank. So today, we're going to remove the gas tank, dump out the contents, clean it out, blow out these fuel lines here, remove the carburetor, open it up and see what we find in the carburetor. If it's too dirty to clean, I'll replace it with another carburetor. I removed the trickle charge off the battery, and the minute I removed it, I multimeter tested the voltage and it shows 12.75 volts. So that's a full charge. Should be able to at least crank this, you know? We'll see throughout the day how much the voltage drops to see the condition of the battery, whether or not it'll hold the charge for a long term, you know? Ass gas in the gas tank. There we go. Two 3/8 bolts. I think I'm going to remove the gas tank this way, because if I disconnect it from the bottom, all the fuel in it will drip out. So the best thing I have to do is disconnect it from here, see, and then kind of plug the hose. And I want to change this fuel filter too, because this fuel filter sucks. There we go. And it looks like this fuel line, actually fuel line's okay. So I'm gonna plug this fuel line like a drill bit, impact bit. I have a container here of ass gas. Just drain all the ass gas so we don't make a mess, and blow out the contents. That didn't do much. This thing's kind of useless. So we are at the carburetor. Got two 7/16 nuts over here that holds the studs. I want to try to see if I can take this carburetor off without taking off the top shroud, because it has this elbow that gets in the way of removing it. I'd love it if I didn't have to remove the this shroud here and that this elbow would just come out, but it usually doesn't without lifting this up, you know. Doesn't look like I can do it. Gonna have to take off the shroud after all. It was much easier to remove these bolts in the back of the shroud because the gas tank is off. So I've taken the front two and the back two off. And here's the entire shroud. As you can see, the elbow is stuck on here, see? I guess you can remove it now, you know. There's a lot of gas over here, which means that the gas was just sitting right where the elbow was, which means that gas is not getting into the carburetor because the needle is probably stuck. Which means that it might have gone into the... It smells okay, and it's not over, see? The gas probably didn't get into the combustion chamber. Now you have these two studs over here. Look, this stud is actually very loose already, which means that there might not have been a perfect seal between the carburetor and the intake manifold. Got a 5/16 wrench here just to loosen this stud. Rotate this choke linkage out. Do a twist on this and the little wire one. Let it hang there. Gasket. Take this off. Don't lose that. I've had to make my own before. So with the Nickies, This is an original one. They're difficult to clean because of the maze-looking gasket that comes with it. And if it blows up from using carb clean or something like that, really difficult to put back. That's why people hate the Nikkis. But you can find these Nikki, the fake carburetor ones, the copied ones from China. You can find them for like 10 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. All right, let's take a look at the inside of this. Cloudy. Looks like there's some water in there, but not overly terrible. And the float seems to be okay. Let's pull the pin out. Pull the pin and run! 3, 2. Looks okay. Look. It's decent. So the main thing is this jet right in there. Once I lift this plastic white part off of it, that's it. The maze-shaped gasket is unleashed, and it's difficult to get it back in there again. But if you wanted to clean this stuff out, you gotta remove it. So here we go. Gently slide it off like that, and be careful because this jet in here will sometimes fall out. There's an O-ring over here. Don't forget to lose that. Don't forget not to lose that. And there's that maze gasket right there. Right now it has not popped off, which is good. I'm gonna hope it doesn't pop off. You know, I'm gonna get some carb cleaner and blow all this stuff out. As you can also see, there's this fuel adjustment screw here, which I would like to remove, but I don't want to remove it until I get that plastic thing back on here, because while I'm trying to fiddle with that thing, this might pop out, you know. I'm using some contact cleaner from my friends over at Lucas Oil. This so far has been the best stuff that I have seen that does not blow up gaskets. So I'm going to use it especially for this. Emulsion. You guys can see it's clear. Okay, let's see if this jet goes through. Oh shoot. That's it, right there. I just pushed it with the straw and it came right out. This is key to it surging or not. Got a needle here. Do a pokey to poke. Because this engine is only 12.5 horsepower, don't think it's going to surge because of this nut jet. If you have a 17.5 and you're using this carb, it might surge because the hole's not big enough. I'm gonna stick this back in. I'm gonna, how did that go? Did it go like this? Of course it's not the straight one. I have to try to push that back in. There you go. Just pushed it back in. That's pretty clean. I'm going to try to put this back on without messing up the maze. If you take a look there, see? See how that goes? I'm just going to put it on just like that. This here matches with that hole. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Look at here. The emulsion tube has a few jets there too. J-E-T-S, jets, jets, jets. Oh, cow. There you go. Just make sure the jets are not plugged. The O and 8 jets. Yeah, baby. Proud to be a New Yorker. Well, that looks okay. Woo. Huh, how about that? That went on pretty well. My hands are filthy, so every time I touch it, I'm getting this dirty. There's the float with the needle, matching the needle with where it's supposed to be. Sticking the pin back in. And that's it. That's a clean right there. If this doesn't work, I have lots of other carbs. Let me clean this bowl. Get back to you. This bowl is yucky. So I cleaned the bowl. That stuff on the bottom there won't come off. It's pretty clean. You notice that this bowl, being that it's an original Nikki, doesn't have a nut here or a fuel solenoid, which is great. Make sure it's not pinching any of the gaskets, the bowl gasket. I don't think it is, but could be wrong. You just never know because you can't see on the inside, but it seems like it's aight. And that's not all right, it's aight. You know this is an original Nikki because it says Nikki and a Briggs & stamp right there. The fake Nikkis don't have any writing on it. It may have some other kind of manufacturer writing on it, but it's not Nikki. Ooh, I almost went like this. And I've done that before. I can blow, and I can't suck. Henry, you suck. You suck. Here's a fuel adjustment screw, right? I want to take it out. Oh. But this thing is always a problem. I have broken it before by just trying to get this plastic thing off. I have. So you have to be really careful. Sometimes I just want to break it, you know what I mean? I just want to like shear it off with some side cutters and take the plastic off, because I have broken it before. Shit. You know what? I'm just going to break it. Here we go. So I'd rather snap it in half than break the needle. This is hard.
Don't break it, Henry.
Maybe. My God. Why? Oh, son of a gun! I broke it. See? Shit. That is critical. I just did this for nothing. That is critical, because if you can't adjust it, it could surge. I'm gonna try something. Got this super small drill bit, right? Using my new DeWalt 20-volt brushless drill that my buddy Samuel Sandoval from Red Oaks Mowers sent me as a gift. I'm gonna try to drill a hole in the center of this screw and then get a bigger drill bit, shove it in, and back it out, because it was turning before, so it's not stuck in there. I mean, it's stuck in there, but it's not like, and if you just turn it a little bit, it should come out, you know? And then just replaced it with another that I have. Problem is trying to center it though, you know? Let me get it centered and I'll show you. See, what I did here was I drilled a hole. Can you guys see that? I want to try to show you. Drilled a hole right in the center of that screw. Needle. Now I'm using a super tiny hex, sticking it in and trying to turn it backwards, and it's moving. It's moving. Holy cow, check it out. Look at this, look at this. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I have, well, I'm not going to say it yet. But it looks like I'll be able to extract this broken fuel adjustment screw from the housing, and then I'll be able to shove another new one in there. Yeah! Success! Success! I tell you, success! That was awesome. Look at that. Is that awesome? Oh. So I'm gonna go find another new needle and stick it in there, and then that carburetor clean is justified, because that would suck if I clean the carb and then that jet nut broke and then I couldn't use it anymore. I just did the carb clean for nothing, right? But now it's worth it. As you can see, I have another Nikki carb, right? This is also an original, but this one's DONESKI, okay? The stuff in there is all seized and broken, whatever. Problem is, this one also has the plastic on here too. So I've got this on my vise that I got from Nate Wagner. I'm just gonna try to. That was successful. See, got the plastic thing off. Now I could just extract the needle by hand turning it. And this is the new needle we're going to use for that one. There we go. Nice clean needle. The reason why we took it off was to clean it, right? It's rarely blocked, but you want to take it out anyway and clean it. As you can see, it's not blocked. That's it. That's all we took that off for. But better to be safe than sorry, right? Anyway, so I feel like this carburetor is pretty clean. I'm gonna screw this nut all the way in, I don't know what you call it, the fuel adjustment screw, okay? Screw all the way in, then turn it 3 half turns, 1.5 out, okay? 1, 2, 3. Give or take, you know what I'm saying? It's about that. You can adjust it as it's running, if it runs. So anyway, here, little tiny screw, little tiny wire goes into the little tiny hole there. Big one goes into this throttle hole. Choke linkage goes bottom up on the most extreme outer hole. This slides into the canal over here. Pivot it, turn it, gasket's good. Place it back on there again. Take the 2 studs. You guys have seen a million of my carburetor cleans before, so there shouldn't be a shortage of Nikki carburetor cleans. But this one showed the extraction of a fuel adjustment mixture screw that I broke. That was a first. All right, I've never ever done that before, and that was a successful one, so I'm stoked. Because we had so much evidence of crap in the gas tank, right? I have a feeling I want to change these fuel lines, because the fuel lines could be just, you know, it could have could have collapsed, or it could have a lot of junk in it. Also, this thing here, if you blow on the other end and stuff flies out of this side, you'll know that it was clogged with a lot of stuff. Watch. Wow. Lots of stuff came out. Theoretically, you could use this again if you wanted to, but I've got a new one. I'm going to get new fuel lines and a new filter, plus a fuel shutoff switch too. Okay, so as you guys saw in time lapse, I put the carburetor back on. I got a new fuel line with the fuel shutoff, with a new fuel filter, and a new hose up to here. This hose seemed okay. I replaced the gas tank back on here again after we cleaned it, right? Put the cover back on too. I turned the fuel shut off, so now fuel should be flowing to the carburetor. I don't see any leaks, so now all we need to do is just try to start it, right? Here we go. You guys think it'll start? Choke. Here we go. That battery is just not strong enough, you know? Let's test the voltage on that battery. So, when I took the battery charger off of this, it was 12.67. Now it's been an hour. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. 12.08, so it's dropped 0.6. Should have still tried to start it though. Let me put my jumper pack on here. Here we got the jumper pack on. I'm turning it on, putting it back onto tripod. Here we go. Let's try it again. Of course, I can't sit on it now, but I can turn it. Let it run for a little while and see if the smoke subsides. On low idle, it kind of vibrates a little because the belt wants to grip onto the double stack pulley. Hey, let's see if it drives forward and backwards. there's something up with the pulleys on the bottom. And by the way, this is a hydrostatic, not gear drive, which is really weird. It's a hydro. I mean, unless it's a variable speed, but as you can see, it still smokes a little. I mean, it says 6 speed, right? For what? Can I let go of the brake?
Spinning the granny. I'm not doing anything with my feet. I guess it is. I feel the click. Let's see if the PTO works.
Let's see if it's charging the battery. It's charging it at 16.723 here. Charging too much, actually. Let's see if the headlights work. Headlights don't work. I'm going to check the circuit. The headlight switch. I took the wires off and I tested both wires. There's no voltage going to these two wires at all. It's 0. So I have to figure out why. Look, the smoke stopped. So I found out from testing the wiring circuit that the light switch was broken. I replaced the light switch, did some more wiring. Let's see. The lights work. The switch. I do have to change the battery though. So I couldn't stand it. I had to adjust the deck, and it was really easy to do. You lower this all the way. You just turn that screw there, that nut. You can adjust the left side and the right side, up or down, and that's all it took. Measured with a ruler, distance between here and the ground and the other side. That's how you can balance it. That bothers me a little too. Straighten that out a little bit. There you go. This has to be slid in there. It was just hanging, so it's going to vibrate a little. So that needs to be pushed in more. So it sits there like that. I feel so much better. While I'm here, gotta grease the fittings. As you can see, this is starting to move. So how about it, guys? We cleaned the carburetor. We had that pickle of me breaking the fuel adjustment screw inside the carburetor. We managed to drill it out and take out the pin. And then we put a new needle in there, backed it out 1.5 turns. And I haven't had to adjust it because it starts right away, runs, doesn't smoke anymore after we ran it for a bit, and engine just seems to run just fine. I don't think we need to do the valves because it starts just fine, you know what I mean? We do need a new battery for it, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to the back and take out the Rodimus Prime battery because it's gonna be stored for the winter, you know what I mean? And I'll put that on here, you know? And after that, we're going to see about the noise, because when I let go of the pedal, right, the tensioner touches the drive belt and it makes a lot of noise. So I think it needs some lubricating or tightening, and we can check out the belts at the same time, you know. Also, I think the deck is a little bit uneven because when I take it down all the way, right, this side is almost to the ground and this side isn't. You know what I mean? So we're gonna check that out. We're gonna check out the belts tomorrow. But this thing runs and drives, and the PTO works, and the blades were not seized, and the mower deck works just fine. Like I said, I didn't think this was gonna take too much to fix, and sure enough, this is the second episode of this, and we did quite a bit today. Pretty stoked about it. It's a pretty nice tractor, you know. I like it a lot. But thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Whoa. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.